Hey, what's up, guys? So, I've had a lot of people ask me about the wiring video, the JZX171, and I believe it's the same as the JZX110 on the 2001 Lexus IS300. I know there's a bunch of videos on YouTube already for the 02 to 05 models, but this is specifically for 01 model. Quick disclaimer. I am not liable for anything that goes wrong with your car. Neither is the original person who gave me the video. His name is Matt Chires on both YouTube and Instagram. They're not liable for anything that goes wrong with your car, but I know for a fact that if you follow the instructions exactly the way it's done, you will be able to get your car started. My car started perfectly fine the first day. It ran fine, but then the next day I've been having a little issue with my map sensor. I'm currently using the stock IS300 map sensor in there. It worked fine the first day, but for some reason the car seems to run better without the map sensor plugged in. But like I said, quick disclaimer, we're not liable for anything that goes wrong with your car, but I know for a fact that you would get your car running if you follow these instructions. Stay tuned for the video.
Okay, so looking like the only wires, or wire I guess, that Mark changed on the engine harness side. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the same for you because you're running factory ECU, but just going off of the plugs that plug into my jumper harness. The only plug he modified from the engine harness is this one right here. It's the short brick or short block, shortest one. He pulled out the green and yellow and ran, I'm assuming this is where the green and yellow pin was, which is this white one, second one down from the top right. Ran it to this pin on this plug here. Not sure what it does. But yeah, so this is literally just unplugged, just left kind of sitting, and that's kind of how it sits. I'll just kind of go over the body plugs one by one, because other than that, here's my OBD, or sorry, the immobilizer plug, I think, right? The one that goes in the gray plug, I don't need. Aside from that, I don't think he modified anything else other than these guys. So I'll do my best to kind of go over what he did. As you can see down here is the merge block. Capped off. And yeah, so I guess we can start with this plug here. There's only 3 wires going into it. Looks like he actually labeled these, so these might follow. These might be per his notes, or they might be significant to something. I don't know. This one's labeled D, but it's the seafoam green wire coming out this loom here. Looks like a main loom, the biggest one, I guess. Really hard to make it obvious where it's coming from, but it seems to be the only seafoam green, or like a light green wire coming out from that loom, going into that pin there. And then I have a red and black, red wire with a black stripe going into this pin here. That one comes out from the same bundle of wires, but a different loom. There's only like 4 right here that are taped off. I don't know if Mark did that or if that's how it was, but yeah. There are, I don't see any other wires that look the same, so there is a black wire with a red stripe, different. This one is a red wire with a black stripe. This white wire is his own wire he added, so he spliced it into this brown wire coming out from this loom here that has that same black wire with the red stripe. Dark brown wire is going into that pin there next to the red wire with the black stripe. Okay. So that's that plug. This plug here, that first one that we took that wire from, Mark has 3 wires going into it from the same loom as that red wire with the black stripe. The same loom as that one, or where he got the other wires from. Not quite sure what this says. Hard to read. Anyways, there's a green wire with silver dots going into that pin. There's a blue wire with a yellow stripe, and I think it says PMC on it. It's going into the pin right next to that. And then the red wire with a white stripe goes into this pin here. So that's those 2 plugs. So there's only one more plug, and that's the one with all this mess going on. So looks like he left the bigger wires, the thicker ones, thicker gauge wires, where they were. This white one, which is kind of like tan now, probably because it's original, I'm assuming. That looks like that one didn't move either. But I do have okay, so we've got 1 pin or 2 pins that are basically, it's a completing the circuit, I'm assuming. We got 1 going into this one below it, same wire. Okay. And then, let's see if I can move this out of the way. Next to it right here is blue, white stripe. off that same loom there, he cut this wire. Don't need it. It's probably part of that first one that looped, I'm assuming. Okay, so we've got these 3 pins here in front of my finger covered. There's 2 left. So bottom left corner is this brown with silver stripes, silver dots. And then the last one is going to be that guy right there, which is the bottom right corner, which is this wire here. And that goes into our black with the red stripe. That's everything, man. That's best as I can do for you, so hopefully that works.